This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. What I'm looking at today is the first season of Netflix's Ultraman, based upon the 1960 television show from Japan. And for the most part, it's pretty good, though there are some things that bother me. For instance, I find the CGI in this pretty irritating, at least initially. It has a similar style as in Knights of Sidonia and the two Godzilla movies on Netflix. Namely, it's human characters in CGI, but with like a cartoon filter on it. So they look very cartoony, but everything around them is all CGI. I don't mind it necessarily, but it feels to me like the meshing of two techniques. Hand-drawn animation, I know it's not hand-drawn, but it has that look of cartoons and hand-drawn animation. Meshing it with CGI, and it typically does not work very well, particularly on people's faces. They look very cartoony and kind of cold, while nothing else around them meshes with that. And the way characters move sometimes is very distracting. I recall a few scenes where people would bend their elbows, and it looked like a puppet, an actual marionette with strings. So that's a little odd, but at the same time, I'm assuming this is motion capture as well, because the way people move, there's a lot of hip movement, which is unusual in animation. Typically, people just move. When they walk in Ultraman, the hips are actually active, which is, again, unusual. And the only way I think that could be happening is motion capture. In any case, like I said, it took me a bit of time to get used to the animation style, but once I got used to it, it's fine. And part of the benefit of that CGI is that it renders machines, buildings, vehicles really, really, really well. Though there was a lot of people in the series with armored suits, and while none of them looked exactly alike, there was a sameness to them that kind of made them just kind of almost like wallpaper. It's really odd, because as I said, none of the armors, and there are quite a few in this series, look exactly alike. They all have little differences in shapes of masks and helmets and that type of stuff. But at the same time, there's a sameness to them, which makes it visually very uninteresting. So that's a bit of an issue. But on the whole, it's pretty good. The story is pretty strong. And unlike with the 60s show, which was pretty much a monster of the week type affair, this is more along the lines of alienation, where you have aliens coming to Earth and they're trying to integrate, some not so well, and the Ultraman, or Ultramen, because there's more than one, and the science police, which is a bit of an oxymoron, are doing what they can to keep these aliens in check. There's all kinds of hints of intrigues and mysteries that unfold gradually over seasons, so that really works. And on the whole, it's pretty enjoyable. Your mileage may vary as far as the animation style goes, but for me, it took a little getting used to. On the whole, though, you will like Ultraman. It's a good time. I wouldn't necessarily say it's for children, though. It's pretty violent. Other than that, I think you'll like it. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. Peace.